After decades of hard work, finally, these two words can be associated with LSU gymnastics as the Tigers got the job done today here in Fort Worth in front of family, friends, alumni, and everyone who pours their heart and soul into this program, sharing in the moments of being national champions. With their backs against the wall and postseason hopes on the line, LSU baseball rises to the occasion against #1 Texas A&M, delivering a series win when the Tigers really needed one, showing that down the stretch, LSU is finally playing their best ball. Sure, some may argue it's like milk and cookies against Louisiana hot sauce, yet we can all agree this matchup put women's college basketball front and center. Now Tigers and Hawkeyes face off yet again, this time with a trip to the Final Four on the line. March Madness is underway in Baton Rouge, and the start for the Tigers is more maddening than anything. 24 turnovers, a season high for Kim Mulkey's squad, who had just a 3-point lead against 14th-seeded Rice going into halftime. With QB1 Derek Carr suiting up despite being limited in practice during the week, could the offense figure out their woes? And would there be blows between longtime sparring partners Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore? The bad news first, Heisman Trophy winner Jaden Daniels is opting out of LSU's bowl game. The good news? Head coach Brian Kelly expects every other Tiger to play against Wisconsin. January 1st means bowl season is coming to an end. We've seen everything from grown men bathed in mayo and eggnog to the first ever edible mascot that the winning team feasted upon afterwards. And LSU fans, well, they might even remember last year when the Tigers dumped a cooler of Cheez-Its upon their head coach. This season, the Bayou Bengals find themselves in the ReliaQuest Bowl, which means Brian Kelly could be soaked in computer servers. Garrett Nussmeier making his first career start. Will Baker started off on fire, then Jalen Cook, who came off the bench for the first time in over a month, kept things rolling in the second half as the Tigers down the Hogs by 21 points here, and probably the most dominant win in the SEC during this Matt McMahon era so far. Omaha, Nebraska, a place known best for serving up steaks, except tonight, the Bayou Bengals in town serving up some revenge to Florida. Welcome back to Baton Rouge, now a national champion. How good does that feel?
It feels really good.
The Tigers are through just 1 month of gymnastics, yet they're already experiencing highs and lows, such as being just one of 2 teams in the country to score a 198 and then following it up with a forgettable performance against Missouri. Yet just like any other week, regardless of the outcome, head coach Jay Clark's team is turning the page and trying to start new, hosting #7 Arkansas. Back here in beautiful Fort Worth, where the Tigers are preparing for their championship appearance tomorrow, but talking now with somebody who knows a thing or two about LSU gymnastics, the legendary coach Dee Bro. Thanks for making some time to chat with us, Coach.
Anytime, it's my pleasure.
Now, we saw you in the stands yesterday. I'm glad that your voice is all right. We saw you very enthusiastic out.
Yeah, I was a little unhinged, but that's what it takes.
When you're in the fan mode now, you're allowed to be. But I'm curious, from your vantage point, what did you see yesterday that made the Tigers so dominant and led them to having the highest score in the semifinals?
They had tunnel vision.
A bleak day on the Bluff as Southern University dismisses head football coach Eric Dooley. In a statement sent to our Go Nation team, athletic director Roman Banks says a change in the leadership of the program was necessary in order for Jaguar football to reach our full potential and expectations of our football program. Now, this comes as the Jaguars lose a close one to Dooley's former team, Prairie View A&M, in the final home game at A.W. Mumford Stadium. My biggest takeaway is that this team in just 3 short months has taken on the identity of their new head coach, Terrence Graves. They're laid back, they like to have fun together, but on a moment's notice, they can flip that switch and get serious when it matters most.
Coach Graves just asked us to go out there and be ourselves and just have fun.
Lutcher baseball star and LSU commit Marshall Luke thrives in the spotlight.
He understands there's going to be attention on him when you're the guy that gets the ball in game 1 in the mound. You're the guy who hits 3-hole and you're the guy who plays shortstop. Everybody knows who you are when they walk in the park. He embraces that role. He understands it, and he continues to just play the game and just be successful.
All Luke does is win championships. As a little leaguer in Williamsport, as a freshman at Lutcher, and he's even watching the reigning national champs to improve his stuff.
I went to the game Saturday and I watched Luke Holman pitch and took some of his mechanics and compared them to mine. And I got to work on some more stuff. So I'm working on my curveball, trying to get his curveball like him. His fastball, he just throws it by people.
Since a showcase after his freshman year, Luke received a ton of attention, yet he always was set on wearing the purple and gold, where Jay Johnson and crew can build him up as a ball player.
There's still projection left with him. I mean, he's got a ton of room for him to put on weight and get stronger and stuff, right? But he's just a really good baseball player. I really like his upside on the mound. It's 3 pitches for strikes. You'd like to think he gets in LSU's weight program and puts on some weight and gets stronger, like he can really pitch.
Luke will pitch Thursday's quarterfinal opener, a game he won last year on the mound, yet his Bulldogs dropped the next two and did not advance to Sulphur. This year, Luke and Lutcher are set on taking care of business at home.
Do the little things right, and it'll be hard to beat. It's just play as a team. If we stay composed, play together, then we'll win.
Reporting in Lutcher for your Go Nation, I'm Pat Timlin.
Yeah, come to me.
Video games are a hobby for most, but these Jaguars are competing for $50,000 in a national HBCU Fortnite tournament.
I love the competitive atmosphere. I love playing, against good teams, competing for money, man. I mean, who wouldn't want to do that?
Braxton Blackwell wore the Columbia blue and gold as a long snapper and now plays for the Southern Fortnite team. He says just as much preparation goes into esports as football.
It takes a lot of brain and skill to know exactly where we need to go as a team and work together to find the perfect rotations and the perfect movements to make us successful.
We call it comms in esports. We do VAR reviews just like football, basketball.
It's like March Madness with basketball. We've seen some upsets already.
And in this tournament, there's special stories, such as Kobe Robinson. He's a senior at Terra High School who's dual enrolled at Southern and already a star of the program.
Kobe came last spring and pretty much verbally committed to come to Southern because we had the room.
I always want to be a gamer, like a streamer, professional gamer, but I ain't never know I could do it for college.
He has good leadership skills, all the soft skills that you would want in traditional sports, he has them. He's also very smart and bright.
Robinson and Blackwell led the Jags to a third-place finish and a $10,000 cash prize that goes directly to the students. Yet this is just the beginning, and there are big plans for the future.
First of all is winning some championships, getting them some scholarships, and then building on that family tree. I want to see somebody working at Epic or EA, gaming and the foundation of what we're doing here.
Yeah, it's just a start. I got many more years to come, ready to be the future of the esports program here.
Pat Timlin reporting on the Jags for your Go Nation. For about 12 years, I studied French in elementary and high school, and when I finally moved to Baton Rouge, I thought I had a chance to speak it, and boy was I wrong. Mais maintenant, il y a une personne ici que je peux parler français avec. Tijon Dumassi, le meilleur pour les Jaguars ici. Comment ça va?
Ça va bien et vous? Merci de m'accueillir.
The 6'4" point guard has been all over the world. Born in Italy, raised in Paris, moved to Miami, then a prep school year in Quebec, junior college in Houston, and finally became a Jag. Pourquoi Southern maintenant?
Pour coach KJ, c'est notre coach principal. Dès notre première visite, dès notre première rencontre, ça a juste cliqué.
In just his first year, Coach Johnson brought together a roster with 11 new players who quickly became a top team in the SWAC.
On dirait on est une famille, mais tout ça c'est encore grâce à coach Johnson. Dès qu'on est arrivé, il nous a dit c'est quoi l'importance d'être une famille, de toujours être ensemble et que si on est ensemble en dehors du terrain, sur le terrain, ce sera plus facile. Et après, à chaque entraînement, on va à la guerre. Donc après, c'est sûr qu'il y a des mauvais jours et des bons jours, mais à la fin de la journée, comme on va à la guerre ensemble, on peut tout faire ensemble.
Tijon was shocked about how that unity and pride was shared by all of Jaguar Nation.
Si tu viens à cette école et tu as un SU sur ton t-shirt, sur ton maillot, les gens ils vont te traiter comme si tu étais de leur propre famille. Il y a plein de dames qui m'ont vu et me disaient, ils ont vu que j'avais pas de famille ici, donc ils ont proposé de devenir mes mamans et ils ont juste commencé à me faire à manger. Et tous les gens qui me voient, ils m'aident juste parce que je suis pas d'ici, ils me traitent comme une personne de leur famille. Donc franchement, ça c'était super.
Et c'est toutes les personnes ici?
Ah oui, tout le monde.
Une grande famille?
Ouais, genre des profs, les coachs, les supporters, tout le monde. J'ai l'impression que c'est ma deuxième maison. J'ai l'impression que j'ai été né ici alors que je suis arrivé il y a 6 mois.
Merci de Tijon.
Oh, merci à vous.
Merci de Madame Fadalino, mon professeur de français. Ici sur le Bluff, pour votre Go Nation, je m'appelle Patrick Timlin.